to a 3-2 count. And Alonso splits the gap in right field for a base hit. Jankowski around third. He is going to score. There's some hard contact. Alonso goes the other way to give the Mets the lead. So the first inning troubles for Charlie continue. 6 of his 15 runs have come in the opening inning.
You know, like anything, you left that big hole open. Pete Alonso did not hit that ball hard. Just kind of floated it right through the hole there at second base with that huge shift. It's a good job with 2 strikes. Being conscious of that curveball, so you're late, as you see, 73.9 off the bat.
So another soft hit. Sounded harder than it was. What's really tough is you're down a run and still 2 on for Escobar. 1-0, Mets have the lead. And Charlie misses up and away. Braves last night trailed 2-0, came back to win for the second time this year when an opponent scored first. That's their fate here in Game 1 of the doubleheader.
So they have to do it for a third time.
So it's 1-0 Mets as we get going here. Watching Sports Live at the King Source. So let me finish sharing this out.
Ball stayed high. Bernie, what are you seeing from Charlie? Because clearly he's not quite himself, although he has been dealing again today with some bad luck.
Yeah, I think what I'm seeing is him being offline, similar to what he was last year, where he would pull everything, falling off to the left. One mechanic.
He does look a little off. I'll admit that. He does look a little off, but Alonso's single was as fishy as it gets.
For non-athletes like me.
It's in the location where he had that blue cold zone.
A pitcher's going through the mechanics, and if I stand beside you and I push your head at the top, your whole body will follow. Wherever your head leans, that's where your body goes in line. So it starts with his head. When he releases the baseball, you're going to see it tilt to the left. When that happens, you're going to see the front shoulder leap to the left. When you do that to the left, it's hard to keep your arms straight on track towards home. You can watch for it here. His best pitches are when he stays on track and is aligned.
That's with any pitcher. Any pitchers, if they stay on track, they stay in rhythm, they stay aligned, that's when they're going to be at their best. That's just any pitcher. Okay?
Chip, just so you know, you young pitchers out there that are listening, if you ever get caught falling off to the left, it's kind of like stepping in the box for a hitter and you spin out. You can play
the first of 2 here for a doubleheader.
Against the left side of your body where you have to stay on track, and that's one of the best ways to stay on line.
Katie, I can't talk about that right now due to paper being filed, investigations being done. I'll put it that way. I'll say he does have stuff to worry about. It'd be his own fault if anything happens. We're not talking about him anymore.
They were running a moment ago. One would think they'd be running here. Let's see. 3 balls, 2 strikes.
I don't know. They got the surprise attack on that one with 1 out. I can't see them running into an automatic out here.
Let's see. Big lead.
I would be surprised if they run into an automatic out.
You're right. They don't go, and that's slowly hit foul.
You know, the time before that, Chip, Charlie really hadn't given Lindor a look back.
My brother and I are talking about a weird rule. He's a Braves fan. He's watching this, and he's going to be giving information. But what he's saying is, when the ball hits the ground, by rule, that's a dead ball on a pitch. Therefore, the batter should not be able to get hit. Well, if it gets away, then the runners can advance. But I do agree on that batter side. Baseball is kind of stipulate that if it bounces first, it's not a hit by pitch. I'm not sure why they credit that. That is confusing to me. Remember, I'm an umpire. The Mets may have just taken a 2-0 lead. And it is 2-0 Mets here in the first, which is very fishy against Charlie Morton, who had not been touched this year yet. And now his ERA is up to 7.85. What's going on with Morton? He already was not that high, near that high, in this game started.
Charlie Morton's now thrown.
Think of 6.87 to started. Morton's completely broken. Weird.
They got a fastball up in the zone. Headed to right field. I'm a little surprised Travis did. He was hit hard, got a 1-hop, 2-hop. Thought maybe he'd try to throw Lindor out at the plate.
Very fishy. He doesn't, or didn't try to throw that one out. So this is my one live. I do 2 lives a week on games that are not Yankees games or my favorite team's games, really. So I decided to pick this one because it'd be easier to do this one, and then if I decide to do the Yankees game later, I can still do it. I haven't decided yet. So the pitch is down Broadway. What I'm noticing is Morton is a little slow. Maybe age has caught up to him. He's a little slow with his motion. He's not just getting through it, getting that pitch to the plate. By the way, Matt Olson's batting average is down to 278. Not playing near as well as Rizzo. Neither is Freeman, for that matter.
Which, when Charlie's right last year, we saw it. He got so many swings and misses on that back foot curveball.
Wow. Billy Crystal saying to put him down now to John Sterling's horrendously bad call yesterday of a flyout caught by Stanton.
1 ball, 1 strike for McNeil, who had a hit last night. A 9-game hitting streak for him.
Let's foul back out of play. 1-2 count. And the Braves end this and try to start their rally.
He's missing that curveball when he gets ahead like this 1-2. Right now he's trying to find that release point.
It's a veteran like Charlie Morton should never have these issues. He knows his stuff too well. Unless there's an injury there, he should never have issues hitting the zone. It's the same thing. He's thrown so many pitches, he's mastered them. Talking about a mid-30s veteran. Inning over.
And McNeil is out number 2.
Oh, they're saying out number 2. Weird.
Charlie needed that. Now starting Marte's coming up.
The 6th hitter of the inning. 2 in, 2 on. Okay, 2 out. Okay. It is only 2 outs. My bad. Their score bot is really bad. Let's try this.
And 2 out. Marte, 18 RBIs. Most of his at bat.
I want a better score bot, so we're switching streams. Okay, that was a much better score bot. Don't like the Mets announcer, but a better score bot.
Yeah, I think you've got to do that with him. And as we talked about, last 2 hitters, first pitch curveball.
237 average starting Marte, so his hot start is cooled off. A lot of players that way. That's why I don't put much stake into the first few weeks of the season's batting averages and hot starts. With Rizzo, he hasn't cooled off yet. He's got it going for a full month, so he's probably going to have a big year. Probably 3,100. Bats around 280. And you might be wondering about the tweets I put out earlier about the Olson trade. I never said the trade was getting done. I only said that they are trying and it's heating up. If it's getting done, you'll see something like Verge or getting close or something like that. I have not been given the go-ahead for something like that. All I know is the Yankees are trying. And Brian Reynolds wants out of Pittsburgh as well. Would love to be a Yankee.
We're doing more damage on the sinkers, and the curveballs were low in the zone, so that four-seamer gives them something.
So can Morton end this inning here? He's already thrown 33 pitches in one inning, and it's not the most. The most is over 40. And that will end the inning. Duvall put it away. I knew he would. He had one of the weirdest situations last year of any player in baseball where he signed with the Marlins because the Braves did not offer what he wanted. Then the Braves tried to trade for him, tried to get him back from the Marlins, and the Marlins refused. They're checking for anything sticky on Morton's hands.
You just use your MasterCard. That's magnificent. It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap or order online for dining and groceries, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer.
A weird one Joey Adele sent down. That's very fishy. Failed prospect, what I would call that. Now Katie Sharp has a stat for us. And she's just retweeting something.
Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe. No.
When you step into a new day,
We have a lineup that just popped out. Springer, Bichette, Guerrero Jr., Gurriel, Tapia, Chapman, Collins, Kirk, and Espino. I don't know what you are red. That's going to be the Blue Jays lineup. Yankees I'm not expecting for another half hour about.
Force field, the immune system. With the Aura Ring, you can listen to your body's signals and raise your defenses. Aura tells you when your temperature is higher than normal, how to improve your sleep, or if your heart rate shows signs of stress, so you can decide to push yourself or to lie low. Live smarter, stronger, healthier with the Aura Ring. Aura.
So a few months ago, I realized I couldn't deny it anymore. I was losing my hair. And then I found hymns.
Okay. Go check, see if there's any questions. I think the doubleheader would be split. That's my best guess, is they'll split it. I'm not sure when it's game 1 or game 2, but I think they split it.
The results have been amazing. This is a life changer.
I only wish I'd started sooner. I tell all my friends.
Stop asking dumb questions, Katie, or you will be removed. I'm not going to answer questions that don't pertain to baseball and such, and I don't want to answer, but yeah. I do think it's to be a split doubleheader. And by the way, it's not 7 innings. It's 9-inning doubleheaders this year. They got rid of the 7-inning stuff.
Now hitting .469 for his career against the Mets.
Travis D'Arnaud owns his former team, the Mets.
3 homers, 14 runs driven in. He is entering the
0-2 count on him quickly against lefty Peterson. David Peterson. That's a weird name for me because I had a church leader named David Peterson. So that was a weird one. That I think was in the zone, so the Braves just got away with. Excuse me, or Nod just got away with one, I should say. Pretty sure that was in the zone, and he took it. Called the ball. And that one again low. Same locations. At least he's consistent. Count goes 2-2. D'Arnaud batting .333, which is one of the tops in baseball for catchers, anyway. Might see Demerit of the Braves right fielder also batting .333. He's not going to keep that up. He hasn't played enough to really qualify or anything. Acuna is not playing this game for some reason, which is a little weird. He'll probably play the nightcap. There's a swing and a miss. Got him anyway. That was a little bit weird. He flailed at that. It wasn't really an attempt to swing. It was a flail.
Today's City Community Home Runs fan of the game is Sarah from Newton, Massachusetts. Go to sny.tv/CHR to enter. Good luck, Sarah. Newton. Home to Boston College.
So up comes Adam Duvall, batting just .181, 1 homer, 11 RBIs, .516 OPS. Crivers David Peterson, 4 for 5 with a home run and RBIs. It was a solo shot. Has done a lot against him. Has had a lot of bats against him.
0 for 3 last night. He's got good numbers against Peterson, but Duvall's really
So the pitch to Duvall.
Road trip for the Braves.
Way outside, 1.5 foot outside.
Everything that spins is making him fight uphill right now. He's got a .250 OPS against non-foul.
1-0. Way outside again. It was closer, but still outside. Kind of funny. He's got to keep moving that.
He has, however, done well against David Peterson. 4 for 5 with a home run.
No, you don't.
And a couple of doubles. He's
Just a
doing
second.
well against him.
Change up in for a strike 2-1. Change up has been such an important part of David Peterson's development. It seems like he can throw it wherever he wants, whenever he wants.
That is a big deal, you're right.
So 2-1 pitch now to Duvall. And now 3-1. I'll be surprised if he doesn't walk due to the history against him.
All last year led the National League in RBIs, splitting his season between Miami and Atlanta. 38 home runs and then 3 more in the postseason.
So 3-1 pitch. Does Duvall come out of his shoes? He should have. Right down Broadway 86. There is no excuse to have not walloped, whatever you want to use on that pitch. Not using the claws. That's a no-no.
Ball had taken him deep before on a changeup. It's good to see him attacking with it.
3-2 count. And he came inside with a fastball and missed. And Duvall
There's the walk.
Second walk given up by Peterson.
We saw him pitch careful to Riley, who's done well against him. We see him pitch careful to Duvall. who's done well against him, and then going to take his chances with Dansby Swanson, who's been struggling early in the season.
So 1-on-1 down for the Braves. They have the tying run at the plate. Dansby Swanson, just 225 average, 1 home run, 8 RBI, 663 OPS. He's not doing very well in his walk here. He's doing nothing to boost his value. And took it down Broadway. I never saw the strike call, but they're putting a strike on the scoreboard. Swear he called that a ball. He never made the motion.
Home runs, 88 driven in. 2 more home runs in the World Series.
So the 0-1 from Peterson.
And that skips in. Nito throws
Skips in. Nito tried to get him. Nothing doing there.
Nice pick and toss by Nito there.
He does that really well. When he picks, he's always looking to throw. He's got great hands. You saw the Duvall was leaning a little bit, but was able to get that thing in his mitt.
So 1-1 pitch should be coming here to Dansby Swanson.
I mean, if you're the runner
Outside, never near the zone. Can Swanson get on and really get a rally going for the Braves? That's what we're looking at right now.
take that step towards second.
Because you have Demerit and Heredia, the next two hitters, outfielders. Kind of a weird outfield for the Braves today. Don't know why you wouldn't have Osuna in there. Not Osuna. Acuna. He's active. That's low. Another ball. 3-1. Could he walk a second straight? Brave. The third Brave he walked as Austin Riley drew a walk in the first inning.
Demerit hitting 8th in the order on deck.
I will be headed back to the ballpark. Likely not today. The weather's not cooperating today, but maybe tomorrow or the next day. It's going to be 70 in a couple days, so it might be that day. And that is whacked down into the left field corner. Can Swanson get to second with a double? It is a double, and it's second and third. One down for Demerit. Can he tie it with a single?
His umpire, Chad Fairchild, ruled it fair. I mean, Escobar is playing right on the line.
Yeah, I was a little surprised they got by because he was playing on the line.
Got his head out on it. Oh, that ball's foul.
That's a foul ball.
Oh, not if it hit that bag. Remember, these are the bias announcers of the Mets ones, so in this case they're biased. If that hits that bag, even nicks that bag, it's a fair ball. And who did that stripe behind him down the line that's so crooked? You'd think of the bigs, they know how to do those straight.
The first hit for the Braves.
I'm surprised the Mets aren't challenging that, but if that caught that bag, that is a fair ball by rule.
Demerit, the infield playing back.
Now they can't challenge.
Nito's going to run that ball out to Peterson.
Well, Swanson gets the
What I'm looking at is, does that hit the base? And that's what the umpire's looking at.
foul side of the bag.
I mean, he kicked up dirt right outside the bag. It didn't catch a piece of the
Did not hit the
bag.
bag.
That's the
There's no way to see if it caught a piece of the bag there because the camera angle isn't close enough.
foot is.
Covered it up.
Ball hit. Yep.
He's like, I'm not going to let them see that.
So 1-0 pitch. I cannot be sure that was fair. Straight up, I cannot be sure that was fair. But we don't know if it hit the bag or not because they could land straight like that and keep going and have nicked that bag. And the way it kind of hooked off after that kind of signifies it might have bumped the bag.
But in Peterson,
So 1-0 pitch.
Demerit pops it up, shallow center.
Flip to center.
He'll get there. Duvall's tagging. He's going to try to score. The throw by James.
And it's a sac fly, and it's 2-1 Mets.
First to base running by Adam Duvall.
And the live keeps lagging for no reason at all. Gotta fix it. Gotta fix it. Yeah, good sac fly there. Figured out the end of the bat. He'd have a chance at it.
Pretty well for a big guy.
Duvall is not a big guy. He's like 6'2", 200. That's not big.
The book on Jankowski is a lot of range in the outfield, not a great arm, and Duvall obviously knew that, took a chance, and it paid off in a run for the Braves. So 2 out, run home, and now the number 9 hitter, Guillermo Heredia. They briefly to the Mets a couple of years ago, and they tormented them last year. Another one. By the way, speaking of ex-Mets tormenting, it got lost in the shuffle last night because Darnell.
So now you give Guillermo Heredia. Remember him? Former Marlin, 125, 1 over 2 RBIs, 514 OPS. The chance to tie it with a base hit.
City Field since he left the Mets in 2013. That was a piece of the game as well.
Good cut and a foul ball, so 2 count now. He already had a strike on him.
Contact and putting good bats together, but he's struggled against McHugh. McHugh with that
By the way, them having those cards on them out in the field is actually against baseball rules. You're not allowed to have anything on you but a glove and maybe a batting glove under it when you're out in the field. Not even a baseball.
The home plate umpire and the third base umpire not going his way. They're trying to limit the damage and keep the lead. Heredia getting a start.
Heredia's got ideas of tying the game here. And it lagged again for no reason at all.
For strike three call.
And a called strike 3, so I sped that back up.
Damage in the second inning.
For some reason, it's lagging behind. I don't get it. I don't get it. So it is 2-1 Mets after an inning and a half. And the top Braves order will be up in the top of the third. So kind of keep an eye on that. Michael K says Tim Locastro's the real deal for the Yankees. I've not sold on Locastro yet, but I do think he is a really good base runner, Matt.
Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe, no.
If you're gonna chill with Woodbridge, then chill. Because why not is a perfectly acceptable reason. And if it holds wine, it's a wine glass. Woodbridge.
Something to keep an eye on. Something to keep an eye on, guys. AJ Hinch's Tigers are heading to Houston on Thursday. Keep an eye on that series. How do they react to Hinch being back in that stadium?
I didn't want to blend in, so I created blenders. Born on the beach.
Been asked if I like Vladimir Guerrero or Bichette. No, I don't like any of them. I don't think they're good players at all.
At a price that everyone can afford. Don't blend in. Welcome to your new favorite shades.
Latte, please.
Bye-bye, Katie. You're banned from the channel.
You just
Can't
used
drop
your
that shit.
MasterCard. That's magnificent.
Pardon
It
my
makes
French.
everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard,
And also, you know you can get balls further than me. We've never been together to hit them to try.
$5 million.
So stop making unfounded accusations.
Wonder what happens if I do this.
I'll be surprised, by the way, if Joey Dell's not leave the Angels. Now, Vladimir Guerrero Jr., he's a cheater. He uses a pitch comp stealing device to steal signs, and he uses corked bats. This has been confirmed. I've got pictures of the end of his bats showing a round circle on the end of it, which would be a cork. I've always liked Bryce Harper, but he's been in the same church I am, so we do have a connection there, and I met him a couple times. I don't think he remembers it, because it was just passing. It wasn't anything big. But I've always been a Bryce Harper fan. And with Bo Bichette, I've always been fishy because his swing is not an MLB swing. It looks terrible. There's a strike. So 1-1 count. See how Morton looks this second inning. See if he figured anything out, made any subtle adjustments.
Got hot, and he's throwing it back.
And Bichette is also one of the players that always swings at live balls. That's how I make a player better. I'm always swinging at live balls, so ground balls jump through infield. Bloopers can get over fielders that wouldn't otherwise, etc. And balls get out that wouldn't otherwise.
It's a signature, and it comes back quick.
Yeah, he has no trouble throwing.
That's way down and in.
Inside for Morton, it's 3-1.
So 3-1 count here.
And then Travis Jankowski for the Mets in the second.
And
Two in the first off Morton.
Guillermo, the shortstop.
4 pitches in that
Lindor's DHing. I don't know why you have your gold glove shortstop DHing. Makes no sense. And that is a strike, and I hate when they make that sign. That's out. That's not strike. Strike is a point out to the side. That's mandated in baseball rules. They don't do it. So the count is full here on Guillermo. 258 hitter with 760 OPS. On deck is Thomas Nido, the catcher.
3-2 coming.
Oh, that was close. I'm going to agree it was outside the zone, but if the price, the umpire didn't call him out anyway.
Let's head up to Steve Gelbs. His report today is brought to you by Coors Light. Steve?
So, Gary, second game of the doubleheader tonight. It'll be Carlos Carrasco going, looking to bounce back from his first rough start of the season in St. Louis. But overall, it's been such a nice start to the season for Carrasco after that elbow surgery. Throwing his secondary pitches so much better, especially that changeup, which has been such a weapon.
So here is Thomas Nido with a runner on after the walk. The Yankees lineup just popped out. Let me go find it. And give it a little bit of a rundown here. There it is. Hicks leading off. Judge, Rizzo, Stanton, Donaldson, Torres, Gonzalez. Marvin Gonzalez playing. Tanner Fleppetorino. So where the crap is DJ LeMahieu?
That was a great catch.
And that's a line out. Very nice catch. So where the crap is DJ LeMahieu?
For the Mets, as Nito can't execute the sacrifice bunt.
That's inexcusable.
But Mets fans are going to hope that that changeup is working well for Carrasco today to get some strikeouts on that, because if he does, you might have a chance to sit where I'm sitting right now, which is the Coors Light Silver seats, a really comfortable seat up here in left field. 6 select games this season that a Mets fan will have the chance to sit in these seats.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad lineup that Yankees putting out there today. We'll probably still score runs, but not having DJ LeMahieu is inexcusable. Batting Hicks leadoff, who's batted under 200 the last 10 games, is inexcusable.
Yes, they do look very chill. Well, it's a silver seat, and we've got actually right next to me a frozen
Marlon Gonzalez is in left field, by the way. That's when he gets kept. I told you he can play outfield.
chili, and I am chill. You know me. I'm a very chill guy, no matter what. Just relax.
Making it fishy. Where's Gallo?
Isn't that the intent? They keep the cup holder frozen because they got the Coors Light coming. It's going to have to be cold in the cup holder.
So 1-0 count here. One good pitch could end this inning. Janikowski leading up. I thought Starling Marte was a center fielder. They have him in right field. Doesn't make much sense.
Janikowski on infield hit and scored a run in the first.
Donna Marte is a center fielder by trade, and why he's in right field, and Janikowski is a left fielder by trade, and why he's in center. Interesting. Look at this Mets lineup. I'm not afraid of anything. I don't see the bats there to really compete with anybody. They've got a good record, but I think they have a cool options if the bats aren't there.
Seemed like he ought to just lay that one down as a sack.
And that one was in the dirt. Why can't the Yankees take him like that? Those pitches are never in the zone.
Maybe he did. Well, Olson is very good at first base. We saw him make a great play, but he's a Gold Glover as well, and he was in. It wasn't like he was going to have to be hard enough to get past Morton and get all the way to Alvarez, or he had no chance.
Perhaps he was encouraged when he saw Janikowski's hit in the first inning and the less than aggressive route that
So 2-1 pit count.
maybe he could get him past the pitcher.
Let's go check this real quick.
On that
Got it.
right side. If you're playing for a hit, 3-2 to Janikowski.
Oh. And it's a 3-1 count.
Marcano waiting on deck. No Morton who had himself a small
Former Athletic Mark Hanna on deck. It's one of the few former Athletics on this team now, because you have Starling Marte as well. So the Mets have a couple of them.
He just
There's another former Athletic on the other side, Matt Olson, standing at first base right now. Same location as the previous pitch that got a walk. So here comes Mark Canna. Morton seems like he's either hurrying the pitch or he's too slow on the pitch, and it's hurting him.
Brannon's the pitching coach. Trying to figure out what he's got here in Charlie Morton. The Mets off a wonderful year last year, but this is a struggle right now.
Has age finally caught up to Charlie Morton?
this opportunity that you
We have to ask that because he hasn't pitched well at all this year, from what I found out.
figures it out or gets settled in, you're in for a long day. But right now, he's given opportunities.
That's trying to make it a short day for him. There's
No Gallo and no DJ is not a good lineup.
His first time up.
Yankees, they'll probably score a few runs, but that lineup is very worrisome.
And Canna hits one toward the hole.
And that could be two. They don't get one. Where is the base runner interference on that? He slid into the ball. Where's the base runner interference on that?
Running his play was to first.
Remember, I don't like either team at all.
To get the speedy
So where's the base runner interference on that? Probably should have gone to first, but
His mind is
bad.
turned. He probably didn't realize
Bad play there.
how quickly Janikowski. Look at Janikowski gets down there quickly.
He wouldn't have got it with the good throw.
I don't think so either. And
That should be base runner interference because he's giving Albies,
expecting him to
excuse
get-
me,
I think he-
Swanson no way to get to that ball.
throw.
That should have been base runner interference and an out.
Toward first base. So the Mets
Should be runners on the corners, one down right here. So Mets getting away with cheating right there. You cannot impede the fielder's path to the ball. That is in baseball rules.
Fielder's choice all the way, no error.
I know you're trying to get to the bag, but you cannot impede it like that.
And he wasn't going to get him out even with a good throw. And he would have had a play at first base had he tried to go there. So classically a fielder's choice.
Brain dead play by Albies.
Double play depth.
brain dead play there by Alvarez trying to go to second. He should have gone to first. And there's one, and they can only get one. If he throws it to first, inning's over. The Mets get an illegal run there because of the base interference not called at second. The inning would be over. There would not be a second run. Or it's going to be a third run for the Mets. So that's an illegal run. Everybody's asking why DJ is sitting in this game. It's inexcusable.
He gets to top speed so quickly. He's got great strides, and you see how aggressively, as soon as that ball's hit, he thinks he has a chance to beat it, and I think he would have.
The Mets take advantage of some inattention on Albies.
Albies is to blame for that run, but so is the umpire for not calling base run interference.
First and third and 2 out of Alonso coming up. He hit one through the right side for a run-scoring single, and they leave that right side completely open against him again. And this time, not even Olson is over there since he has to hold against Lindor.
The reason they do that is Alonso's not known to go the other way, except in the air. So if it's on the ground, it should be pulled. And that was in the zone, but called the ball. Seeing some suspicious umpiring.
Much of a shift against
The 1-0.
Let me ask you a question.
That was in the zone again. It should be 0-2. The count is 2-0. This is how they rig baseball games. This allows Alonso to sit back and try to crank one when 0-2 would be defensive mode, and they're 100% less likely to score. This is how they rig baseball games right here.
open for Pete, especially this year's version of Pete.
Brant Snicker has to be furious at this. Both those pitches in the zone. It should be a 0-2 count here on Alonso.
Effectively, and doesn't feel like he's got to try to drive it out of the ballpark. Line drive to right field gets the job done.
Picked up his 19th RBI with an opposite field single his last time up. We're now behind him 2-0 with Escobar on deck.
And that's an illegal bat. Axe handle bats are not allowed in baseball. That's an illegal bat. It does specify that in rules. It uses the verbiage standard bat shape. That is that. So Pete Alonso's using an illegal bat here. He's illegally ejected from this game.
3 hits in the first 2 innings today. Jankowski at third, Lindor at first. And the curveball hit through the whole base hit.
And the Mets had another illegal run. That's 2 illegal runs this inning already. That's 2 illegal runs this inning already. Again, if the umpire calls that interference, the inning is over, neither run scores.
He would have to go to the curveball he did right there. He was up to the task. Stayed back long enough.
Why does that keep happening?
RBIs now for Pete Alonso. Hasn't even hit his power stride. He's on a pace for 130 RBIs for the season.
The Yankees are off Thursday and then again Monday.
No action as yet in the Atlanta bullpen. Here's Escobar with 2 out and 2 on. He had an RBI single his first time. And he fouls on the first pitch fastball from Ward. Escobar throwing the base hit to right. Bring home Lindor at first. Now he's got Lindor in scoring position again.
We talked about it already today with the 2-out base hit, but another 2-out RBI base hit for this Mets team.
Just the knowledge that you can score runs without getting the ball in the ballpark. Such a
Mets wouldn't be still have any runs today if they wasn't suspicious crap going on in their favor.
When you put the ball in play, with some speed, you force Alvarez to make a play that he
And I'm now very suspicious of the Braves' title last year because Morton was on the cheating Astros 2017, who are known foreign substance users. Actually, the Braves pitchers are foreign substance users now.
this year with guys like Marte and Jankowski.
There's a swing and a miss at a pitch he shouldn't have flinched at.
And it's 0-2 down.
I'm not sure what Escobar is doing there. The very fact Escobar is the Mets' number 5 hitter shows how weak this Mets lineup is, how bad this Mets lineup is.
Three infielders on the right side. Shortstop hole open for Escobar. And Escobar pops
And that's in the inning.
Riley retreating.
Foul territory and Riley squeezes it. Braves got to score some runs in the third. The best teams will strike back instantly. Are they defending champs? If they are, they will strike back to at least a run, if not two, this inning.
Latte, please.
You just used your MasterCard. That's magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap in store for dining, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. Together, we can start something priceless.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first.
Checking some stuff out. What just happened? There it is. Okay, I've seen that. Angels are trying to win, but demoting Joey Adele is only going to kill his confidence and force him to demand his way out. Drew Smiley, the Cubs going on bereavement list. Scott Effross will start tonight for the Cubs.
And knowing that recognition isn't given, it's earned. Ram, J.D. Power's #1 brand and new vehicle quality.
Life is about balance. Make sure that I give that time to my family, to my kids, and to laugh and to smile and enjoy things. I definitely know that if I get the
We'll see if the Braves can add some runs here. Their backs are against the wall. If they don't score here, they're going to be in some trouble.
Always trying to figure out, what's next and trying to make the most of it.
If you're gonna chill with Woodbridge, then chill.
He'll continue covering this game to about the 5th inning. If by the end of the 5th inning it hasn't come closer to tell me the chance on the gap closing, I might end the live there. Most likely will.
Woodbridge.
That's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Put grapes into a cup and then fill it with wine. It's the dumbest thing I've ever seen. So David Peterson has a 4-1 lead. The 3rd inning starts. Albies, the switch hitter, leads off batting right-handed. And that's flipped into deep left. And how the crap does Canada even get near that? Are you kidding me? All 3 metrics said it had at least a 95% chance to get down. That is fishy. Canada is not known for defense.
Closes ground, makes a nice play. Not much sun out there, but that cuts the glare with his glasses on, able to see that ball and track it.
That is fishy. That is fishy. The fishiness continues in this game. I don't like either team, but this is some fishy stuff. Here's Matt Olson. It's a 50-50 ball, call the ball.
That's a good point. I wondered the same thing, but I've seen him do that, and he's run for Canada as well.
Another one that's low. Why is Peterson afraid of Olson?
For the same reason.
Yeah. He's very canny, Buck is, about making sure he keeps everybody involved. And it's harder now with the University.
And 3-0 to Olson. Why is he afraid of Olson? This is a little fishy. Only about 278, 2 runs, 7 ribbies, 820 OPS. Way behind Rizzo. Way behind Rizzo.
So many pinch hitting opportunities that it keeps your bench players involved.
That's down Broadway. I'm not sure I wasn't launching that one. We'll see what happens on the 3-1 pitch.
Just making sure that
Austin Riley on deck.
regularly get on the field. We've seen that with Guillorme and Jankowski particularly. That's inside ball.
And that's in the zone called the ball. More fishiness.
One walk in each of the
They're
first
trying to
3
jumpstart a Braves rally.
That's another one in the Mets dugout, not happy about that one. You can hear somebody screaming, that's a good pitch. Caught the upper quadrant, at least by the look at the zone, but
Austin Riley is 4 for 8 with 2 ribbies against David Peterson. He has more at bats than 8 because he has walked a few times.
A great inning for Peterson when you consider
About a 284 at the 984 OPS, by the way.
against him in terms of umpires' calls.
Also has belted 7 home runs to lead all third basemen. That's high. And call a strike. It's 3 inches above the zone to call a strike. That's the top of the zone. That pitch is up there.
very mature inning because he got
Bad call.
one not only at home plate taken away from him, but then the ball down the line called a double.
And that ball down the line, the Mets really have no complaint because there's no way to say it didn't hit the bag.
Mo's neck. Got the sack fly, a weak sack fly.
The fact it wasn't reviewed or challenged by the Mets is the fishy part about that.
Good mature.
They never gave
That was the first time
the replay booth the chance to overturn that.
about his execution, not about anything else.
So a 1-1 pitch,
Well, that time he
and that's fouled away. Riley got way out in front of that for some reason. By the way, he's the only person I've ever heard of to have Riley as the last name.
These were his 7 home runs against the Mets.
Hitting pitches everywhere against the Mets.
Learning about where he hits him, but he hits him to all parts of the ballpark too. He's got great power.
12 home runs against the Mets. That's driven foul down the right field line.
But you're right. I mean, he's hit him from every part of the strike zone
He has.
and in every direction.
Up and away, he takes the
So,
right field.
yeah, Rivers, the Mets, 303 average, 12 home runs, 26 ribbies, and a 1,039 OPS.
Under his hands, but he's strong enough to fight that off at times and get himself back in the count.
Better not make a mistake in
The
there.
1-2 pitch.
They set up inside. And the pitch out over the
Another
plate,
one
fouls
poked
off.
foul.
Hands in the stands in 2020.
So 1-2 pitch coming again.
A real
Way outside 2-2. That was never near the zone. Riley caught onto that one very quickly.
deal with situation.
Very quickly.
He was as calm as could be, both before, during, and after.
Yeah, I think that was what impressed me the most about him because they were expecting to have him up at that time. Either he was going to get some
Peterson
more
come with
work
another
leads, but
pitch.
he
This will be a
just
2-2
battled
pitch.
through it and didn't seem
Got the
to
10th
take
pitch of the
it
at bat.
at all.
Way down and in. The count is full. If Riley walks, Marcelo Zuna is in the on-deck circle, batting 242 with a 698 OPS.
So after the walk to Olson, a 3-2 count to Riley with Ozuna on deck. Peterson's already walked 3. It's had a rough go of it, but he's going to persevere. Yeah, it's a doubleheader today, 2 9-inning games. And Riley hits one out to center.
And that is well struck into center, but suspiciously directly to the center fielder.
Away with the changeup, got it off the end of the bat.
That's fishy.
And Riley retired.
And that's what you're talking about.
Off the end of the bat means it should have blooped in front of him.
Command that changeup through
No way it could have gone about 300 feet as that went. It's out the end of the bat.
and obviously do a lot of
When you hit a ball off the end of the bat, like that's what it means, somewhere in here, you lose all power. It becomes a jam shot. There's nothing out there that can hit a ball. You need to get it in here. It's different in sound.
Braves have just one hit over the first 2 2/3 against Peterson, and that should have been a foul ball.
And Ozuna on the first pitch into center. And Janikowski possibly gets to that one. Fishiness continues. Even fishier, Ozuna swinging on the first pitch when he hardly ever does. Interesting.
Latte, please.
You just use your MasterCard. That's magnificent. It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
Let's
You use your
see.
MasterCard to tap or order online for dining and groceries. MasterCard will donate 1 cent. up
Just
to
checking
$5
some
million
stuff.
to stand up to cancer. Wonder what happens if I do this. Together, we can start something priceless.
Did you know 85% of your child's brain is developed by age 3? The Play Kits by Love Every are an easy way to support your child's learning. Each kit includes expert designed toys and
Okay.
activities
Oh, she's
that will
adorable.
important
Adorable
skills
little
and
girl.
Inspire your child through stage-based play. Oh yeah, about stage-based play. When you sign up for the Play Kits, we deliver a box every 2 to 3 months that's matched to your child's age and what they're hungry to learn. Love Every provides the map to help you confidently guide your child's learning. Unlock the joy of intentional play.
Yeah, I cringe at anything like that.
Personal Capital wants to know, are you worried about the
Adorable
state of
kids,
your
and I
health?
cringe at anything like that.
How about your retirement? It's time to get a plan. Download award-winning free professional.
I'm yawning because my blood sugar's dropped a little bit. I need to go eat something, get something to eat to get the blood sugar back up.
See if you're on track for retirement success.
So in fact, I'm gonna go do that. I'll be back.
Are you ready to take control? Join millions of others and download free financial tools today at personalcapital.com.
When Subway opened, they changed the fast food game. But sometimes you gotta refresh to be fresh. Welcome to the Eat Fresh Refresh. We got the... Wait, that's new.
Because we're refreshing the refresh.
What?
There's the new honey mustard chicken, the Subway Club, and the new Baja turkey avocado with...
New Baja Chipotle sauce?
Yep, they're constantly refreshing with better ingredients, better footlongs, and better spokespeople.
It's the Eat Fresh Refreshes.
Which baseball movie is your favorite of all time? Fill out your bracket at MLB.com/Bleacher Features for a chance to win a Hollywood prize package, including tickets to the All-Star Game presented by MasterCard in Los Angeles. Jeff McNeil leads off the home third against Charlie Morton. Gets first pitch curveball and fouls it off. That's with 2 in the first, 2 in the second against Morton. McNeil was struck out his first time up. McNeil, Marte, and Guillorme. Bleacher Features thing sounds like a Todd Zeal affair, a whole Hollywood thing. Fly ball out to left center. The radio over to get him one out. You know, you're a baseball/Hollywood guy.
That's old Todd Zeal. Yeah, as I've joked about before, I had 5 years that included Charlie and 5 years that I'll never get back. So I've left Hollywood for back to the original life of baseball. I like it.
Where the grass is greener.
Where the grass is greener.
Even the AstroTurf is greener. Here's Starling Marte flat out to center his first time up. Well, Charlie Morton could certainly use himself an easy inning. That's got the leadoff man on in each of the first 2 innings. Took him 56 pitches to negotiate those first 2 innings. That's ripped down the line with foul. Too hot for the ball boy to handle. Sometimes you just have to do what Bob Uecker said. Wait for it to stop rolling. That's why they wear helmets.
Yeah, it's a good thing they have that net there.
Now it's back to Morton off his glove. He runs it down but can't pick it up, and Marte is safe. Charlie Morton really having trouble fielding his position today. Comebacker that he probably should have handled in the first place, and then still had time if he had picked it up. But rushed it with Marte running.
Marte hitting the ball back up the middle, not very hard, but he's reaching behind him. It's off his glove. He's got plenty of time right here. He realizes it, does the right thing, goes for it barehanded, just doesn't let it stick in his palm.
And we'll charge an error to Morton.
Now Braves can. What's wrong with the Braves? They keep making one error after another here. That's a strike.
Walked and scored in the second inning. Marte at first, 4 stolen bases, but as Todd noted, he's already been caught 3 times this year.
Inside. I agree.
Last year, Marte stole 47 bases to lead the majors, but only got caught 5 times.
Taking some great execution to get him, but still surprising.
How does Charlie Marte get on? Oh, reach on the air, that's right.
Change up misses, and it's 2-1 to Guillorme.
Well, there he is. 47 bags. That's something that the Mets
Interesting.
did not have.
Dr. 34-year-old Whit Merrifield, if I can say, got 40 stolen bases.
That speed has started to change the dimension of this team.
That's ripped and caught by Alvarez. Throw back to first.
Double play. They need to review that. He was out.
Very close play. But the first base umpire, Charlie Ramos, said he got back, and the Braves might be inclined to challenge that.
That's a great read by Marte. Either way, Alvarez having to stretch for that one. Getting it back.
He's out.
Looks like they might have got him.
And the Braves have challenged it.
The problem with the umpire there. The reason the umpire misses that, he has no view of Marte's hand. Because Olson is in the way, seeing a leg there.
It sounded like the pop of the glove beat the hand.
As long as he kept his foot on the bag, you saw him like bobble his foot as he was catching that ball. Would be the only thing that would keep him from being a double play, I believe.
Clear as day, the ball beats him.
He's out.
There's an overturn. The runner is out.
Okay, so
Atlanta retains their
the double
challenge.
play and the inning is over. So Yorme hit it hard. The Albies turns the 4-3 double play. And we head to the fourth with the Mets leading the Braves 4-1.
Hugging me again.
Latte, please.
Why does Ozzy Albies look identical to Donovan Mitchell? Figure it out now.
It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap or order online for dining and groceries, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer. Wonder what happens if I do this. Together, we can start something impressive.
Why are there 3 Astros on the beat the streak thing for MLB picks?
If you're gonna chill with
How
Woodbridge,
fishy is that?
then chill. Because why not is a perfectly acceptable reason. And if it holds wine, it's a wine glass. Woodbridge, wine your way.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe. No.
Udemy. No matter how you say it, it's the top online learning destination with thousands of courses.
Around the world, we're helping people achieve their goals.
I learned Python, became a software engineer.
Udemy can help you start a new career.
Or just learn something new.
Whatever you want to learn, discover the perfect course for your goal.
Udemy.
What have you always wanted to learn?
One of the best parts about running is it's an excuse to be outside.
Running has allowed me to connect with really awesome people. It's something I'm doing that's like strictly for my brain and strictly to feel good.
You really can't get much for $5 these days, unless...
Check here. I'm not calling. I haven't made a point not to call it rigged yet, but I am seeing a lot of fishy stuff both ways.
Time for your Spectrum Mobile high-speed pitch. Charlie Morton's topped out at 97. David Peterson at 95, but it's Peterson.
Yeah, Peterson's the harder thrower of the two. Figure that one out.
Fourth, Travis Darno leads off.
Yeah, that's well outside.
A lot of pitches his first time up before striking out on a fastball.
The Mets don't challenge an obvious challengeable play. You should challenge it just to see if it hit the bag. Get some close-up views. Then the umpires don't call base runner interference on the Mets. There's blatant base runner interference. Umpire missing that easy of a call. There's some fishy things going on. And why is he swinging at a pitch never near the zone? Yikes. Fly out.
Darno is now 0 for 2. Well, with Peterson and McGill picking up the slack, Mets starting pitching has been phenomenal this season, even without Jacob deGrom. Third in the National League.
That is suspicious. Mets need to be investigated for foreign substance usage. Let the starters put that kind of numbers without deGrom.
An obvious candidate for best surprise, but what Peterson has done has been almost as important.
Only advantage Peterson has, he's a left-hander. That automatically makes the pitcher a little bit better. That's Jordan Montgomery, the Yankees' advantage too, and a few others. If Madison Bumgarner's right-handed, he'd be pathetic.
They're similar in that respect. Low heartbeat, as Buck likes to say.
Out in the zone. 1-1.
Walked and scored his first time up. Get some pastries working there. Could be canola.
Cannolis.
Very nice. The ball gets under 1 to 7.
Hop up.
Another easy play for Jankowski. He's been busy. That's 4 consecutive putouts to the center fielder off Braves bats.
And off David Peterson changeups.
Russ just brought us some pastries. I don't know what they are, but they look awfully good.
there something in there? Is that a cream puff or something?
So lovely. What's inside?
All right, I know that it's cream puff. We're gonna find out what's inside.
I guess we will.
Here, huh?
Do we have a choice? It was presented to us as a no option.
Oh, one count.
I got it. This is the no option.
Take.
And one fish thing I just noticed.
The other night,
the Braves aren't swinging at any of the hangers in the zone. Seems like the only thing they're swinging at is bad pitches. What's up with that one?
Now, do the cannolis that we saw on camera, do they sell those here? Or do those
take the cannoli?
I have a foul ball. 1-2 count remains.
Swanson has the only hit for the Braves, and if it remains the only hit for some time, it will certainly spark conversation and spark comparisons with Johan Santana's no-hitter, where there might have been a ball that might have been fair that was called foul. Well, Swanson hit a ball.
Oh no, that ball off the bat of Beltran's what they're talking about was clearly fair. Clearly 6 inches inside the foul line.
The fourth inning. Fourth strikeout for Peterson. 4-1 New York.
The Braves just go to the 5th, I'll be done. Just saying.
How does a business reach peak performance? Faster communication, easier collaboration, better teamwork. That's why high-performance organizations rely on high-performance technology solutions. And who do they choose to help them? Mitel, making communications and collaboration seamless so businesses can stay connected, engage customers and fans, and win at the highest level. The most important calls in baseball and in business are made with Mitel, powering connections for thousands of peak performance organizations worldwide.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe. No.
Latte, please.
You just used your MasterCard. That's magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap in-store for dining, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. Together, we can start something.
Wrong button.
If you're gonna chill with Woodbridge, then chill.
Wrong button again. Why do I keep doing that?
Because why not is a
Yeah, but
perfectly acceptable reason. And if it holds wine, it's a wine glass. Woodbridge, wine your way.
You want to know what I've been binge watching? Udemy courses.
It's not a punt line. It's just because DJ is sitting versus the pitcher he's overrated against.
Especially with this little one.
I'm not sure I would agree with that.
I need to get in
I'm
as
not
much
sure I would agree with
learning
that.
as I can. For both of us.
And you can see by a wide margin the best record in baseball.
At Amazon, hourly employees earn benefits that support themselves and their families. Employee.
Back in Flushing, bottom of the 4th, Mets on top of the Braves 4-1. Mets catcher Tomas Nido leading things off here in this half inning. And speaking of catchers, the Mets' top prospect is a catcher, one of the top prospects in all of baseball, Francisco Alvarez. Figured about a month into the season, good time to check out how he's doing in his first season in Double-A. I spoke to his manager today, Reed Brignac.
Yeah, flip the other way and somehow gets down. How does that get down if the Braves bloopers don't? Got to call that one out.
Let's start with the good when it comes to Alvarez. That power tool, yeah, it hasn't gone anywhere. Reed Brignac said it's such a special skill, the way that he hits the ball as hard as he does. He said it reminds him of guys that he played with in the minors, Evan Longoria and JT Realmuto. Pretty big praise when it comes to the type of power that Francisco Alvarez gets from hitting the baseball. Now, that being said, it's not just about power as you get up through the minor leagues and into the major leagues. You really have to learn how pitchers are approaching you. And right now, after an extremely hot start to the season, a great first 8 games for Francisco Alvarez, the last 8 games, he's struggling quite a bit, and that's because pitchers have adjusted. He is the man in Double-A, and pitchers don't want to pitch to him. So he's getting a lot of soft stuff early in counts. Guys trying to get him to chase sliders down and away, fastballs down and away, and right now, he is chasing a little bit too much. So the Mets coaching staff down there trying to get him to understand that, and especially when you're that guy, sometimes the best thing you can do is take 3 walks in a game and trying to get him really to focus on honing in on one part of the strike zone and not expanding. But the feeling is that it's a good thing he's going through that
now, because the last thing you want is to just, race through the minor leagues and then get up to the big leagues, have pitchers start figuring you out and not know how to get out of that. So right now, the Mets just trying to see Alvarez.
That could be two. They can knock it. Jankowski get down the line suspiciously fast.
Fielder's choice for the first out. What did Reed say about his catching skills, though?
So he said that he is coming along, and Reed Brignac managed him a little bit with St. Lucie as well last year, so he's got some perspective. He said that his blocking, which we saw in spring training, is better than it was. He said that he's getting better with framing. The things that they're having him work on right now, still has to get his catch and release a little bit better on the throws down to second base, and they're really challenging him to call games and to really focus on reading swings, learning how to read swings, do some advanced research.
I think they might be putting a lot,
Again, the one thing that Brignac said is
too much thought into the catching position. They're overloading these catchers, how much they're trying to make them do. I really believe that.
I think consensus across the board is he has the potential to be a star as Jankowski takes second easily. Throw goes into the center field, and Jankowski's in standing up at third base, so that speed continuing to be a factor. But overall, again, the Mets believe that this is the guy for the future, and they want to make sure that he's as polished as it gets when he does come.
I think adjusting to the various pitchers, honestly, for me, receiving guys and knowing that each guy has their own idiosyncrasies and how to handle the pitching staff, especially a veteran pitching staff when you're a young guy coming up.
Well, one pitch finally.
Lifts one out to right.
That should make it 5-1.
Third, Demerit makes the catch. No throw. Sacrifice fly for Canna. And the Mets tack on another run. It's 5-1.
Once again, this is just evidence of what we talked about already, putting the ball in play, making things happen. Jankowski steals that base, goes to third base, and then a good at-bat right there by Canna with a purpose. Using the big part of the field, not trying to do too much. It's the fly ball, gets a run home.
I mean, the inning started with Nito breaking his bat and just making enough contact to dump the ball into right field. Then a routine double play ball, but not routine because Jankowski is too fast. And then he steals second, forces a throwing error, and comes home with a sac fly. I mean, that is a classic manufactured run, and one that you just can't imagine the Mets having scored last year.
Way down
And
it.
it's not such an exception anymore. You're seeing that type of run be manufactured by this team, over and over again at this early part of the season.
Lindor hits a ground ball for Albies to handle.
Lindor continues to play poorly.
But the Mets had an unearned run against Morton in the fourth and lead at 5-1. This is one heck of a script.
We're breaking the score here. I'm done.
A bit of history tonight.
And I'll spend some time thinking about doing the Yankees game. We'll see. That'll be more exciting. This end up like 8-7 win on one side, but it's just boring because we're catching all this fishiness and such.
It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap or order online for dining and groceries, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to Stand Up to Cancer. Wonder what happens if I do this. Together, we can start something nice.
If you're gonna chill with Woodbridge, then
Demoting your number one prospect and taking his confidence away is not a winning move. I don't care what anybody says about that one. It's about Joey Odo going down.
Woodbridge, wine your way.
For decades now, and we are gonna fight back.
Thank you for taking care of Lorenzo. For a noticeably smooth shave, Dollar Shave Club, in stores now.
Here, every game counts. Every bucket counts.
You know I was born ready. Come on.
Yes. It's NBA playoff time.
score with the cannolis.
I think they've discovered that they're kind of celebrities now. They're getting texts. They're planning their next get together.
How'd they know we were here? Travis Demerit lines one the other way, and he's
We lost a single for the Braves. Good start.
Clean hit for the Braves today against David Peterson. So Demerit, who had a sac fly his first time up, jumps on a first pitch and takes it the other way.
Andrew with a good fastball all the way, and Demerit just did what he should have done. That ball to right field.
So leadoff pitch runner for the Braves. Peterson's about to throw his 70th pitch of the afternoon. The number 9 hitter, Guillermo Heredia, took a call third strike his first time up.
Peterson had 69 pitches, so he could get ousted this inning. Big cut and a miss there by Heredia.
Alvarez and his development. We know that the hit and power tools are probably ahead of the catching skills when we're talking about being a young catcher and coming up through the right.
One pitch to Heredia.
A big league catcher.
High, the ball.
You were a guy who could always catch and throw.
Getting fishy when it said I'm dropping off live and the signal, everything stays the same. The talking doesn't get interrupted yet. It says I'm falling backwards. It's a little weird. Phil Jackson involved in the Lakers coaching search. He is not interviewing with it. He is helping find coaches. One of 7 head coaching positions available right now in the NBA. And if what I think happens, they'll make another one available. Down and in. So 2-2. It was out of the zone.
A game called about how they wanted to face hitters. John Tudor was very particular about the target and where he wanted me off the plate away, getting Chase on his changeup. Ken Daly used to come in and tell me, if you call a curveball, be prepared. I'm going to bounce it 8 out.
David Peterson pitching to his 5-1 Mets right now. You're good, Justin.
And there's guys at that
2-2 count. Top 5, nobody down. Not the only one that has a poor tennis record, by the way. Lots of people do. They'll come to 1 or 2 of them, then they'll come back. All YouTubers hate that. All YouTubers.
Each guy individually and how to handle them, especially as a young catcher on a veteran pitching staff.
So 2-2 pitch coming.
To the radio, and he struck him out.
Yeah, he flails that. It was not a swing to try and make contact. That was just a swing to make it look good.
You see the dot right there, down and in.
So as a young catcher, Todd, as you're learning all these things,
Yeah, he got himself out there.
does it have an
They
impact
show the replays, and yeah, he got himself
on
out.
your offense?
There's Ozzy Albies.
Come up as, a guy who catches, but maybe hasn't had to think.
Ready at batting just 115 for the Braves. He's not going to be on that team very long batting like that.
You've always been able to hit.
Way outside, call a strike. That was at least 8 inches out of the zone.
The lessons that he's learning to improve his catching skills, is it difficult to divorce that from your bat?
Can be, and I know that there's guys that have a hard time doing it. Fortunately, I think I was a better defensive catcher coming in through high school and college than I was a hitter.
One pitch.
Will come back, or Peterson bobbles it.
And an error by the Mets now.
Well, we saw
Their first error, and the door is open now for the Braves. And here is Matt Olson.
Now that'll be an error. Boy, how often do you see both pitchers get charged with an error trying to handle a ground ball in the same game?
And this is a cue ball. This ball just barely gets a piece of his bat.
What he does, he tries to set up to fire back to second and double play too soon. And too quickly.
To throw to second base, he had himself in a good position. He just didn't see it into the glove, and you can see right there the disappointment, letting that one get by him.
So that puts Peterson in a dangerous spot with the big hitters coming up, Olson and Riley.
First and second and one out. Olson is grounded out and drawn a walk. And he drives one to deep right field.
And
takes a look, and that ball is
long gone.
Homer from Matt Olson. And the
Wow.
Braves are right back in this game. Olson's third home run of the year. Right after
Yeah, just his third. Rizzo 6 more.
very next pitch, Olson leaves the yard, and it's now a 5-4
Lefty damage.
Mets lead.
And the Braves will close the gap 5-4.
You gotta credit Olson. This ball down where he can really drive it. We talked about his longish swing, but when he gets those arms extended, he's got as much pop as anybody.
39 home runs last year for Oakland, and now his third as a Brave. Well, Peterson had overcome a lot of adversity earlier in this game, but after making his first career error, his very next pitch is launched for a 3-run homer. And now Riley takes a slider in the dirt.
He takes a little more time, concentrates more on getting the ball. He probably gets double play ball. That was it on the nose.
You can see how strong his arms are. He's got the big launch angle, and that spreads those hands out, takes the bat back, almost straight arm.
By the way, I ran my swings through the metrics in those videos. They loved it. That I have a better launch angle than any MLB year. I don't know what that means, to be honest. I know I have pretty good ones.
This year, the most in the National League.
It says I'd be the tops of the game as Riley smokes one to the left for a base hit. In contact and ball leaving the bat. But again, if I hit a ball 100 miles an hour, that's completely different than a guy like Aaron Judge hitting the ball 100 miles an hour. And Peterson likely not to finish this inning at this point.
Matt Olson, as we talked about, strong front side right there. You see him landing on that front side, so firm the front side that the back foot can even come up a little bit. But you can see he really hits off that firm front side and gets great.
Most impressive swing as Brave yet.
On that one. He's talking about right there, yeah.
Marcelo Zuna is up.
That one well. I hit that one well.
Well, that's big for the Braves. We mentioned 30 home runs leading the league, but that's only the 6th of the 30 that have come with men on base. 24 solo home runs.
So it's 5-4 Mets over the Braves. Braves rallying. 30 home runs most in NL. Yankees lead the AL with 33. And baseball, obviously. I do expect him to hit a couple tonight. We'll see. But I do expect it.
Let's start to get the bullpen busy behind Peterson, who went swimmingly through the order the first 2 times, but his fielding mistake winds up costing him 3 runs and maybe more. Back foot slider, and Ozuna swings over it 1-1.
Nice job by Nato to stay with that ball. When the ball's cutting in like that on the hitter, and you know he's got a big follow through, you sometimes get hesitant when you block that behind him because you know he might get hit in the head with the bat.
Big cut and miss by Ozuna.
And it's 1-2.
Ozuna struck out his last at bat. He's not looking much better this at bat. Former Yankee Adam Ottavino warming up in the pen. The New York native.
Adam Ottavino up in the Mets bullpen. Coming.
And that's in the air, but how the crap's anywhere near first base when off the bat that was headed to left field? Unbelievably fishy.
So Peterson with a pathway to get through this inning, but he's got to negotiate Travis d'Arnaud, whom he's held in check so far today. A strikeout and a fly ball. Charlie Morton has been taken most of the way off the hook now. Game he was down 5-1 a moment ago. I mean, such a turning point in this game. If Peterson handles that ground ball, he's got a chance to turn a double play and the inning over. Instead, 3-run homer by Olson changes the entire nature of the game. We mentioned the Braves pitching.
Ouch, fouled that one off his ankle.
With the bases empty. Same has been true of the Mets pitching staff. That is the first 3-run homer the Mets have allowed this year. No grand slams, and until that moment, no 3-run homers.
That's doing a great job of limiting damage, and goes back to, I think, the missed play, and then try to
You
get
know, one
right
pitch coming.
on it and get ahead.
Ball outside, 1-1.
Just started thinking about the throw before he had the ball in his glove.
You know, we saw yesterday how long a mistake can stay with a
So
player.
what's your count now? And he's right on 90 pitches.
It seemed to take a few innings before he got over it. A pitcher doesn't have that luxury.
It actually goes to the point you were asking me about separating as a catcher and a hitter. You don't have the ability.
Strike rate called and the inning over.
Name location is shoot. The ball was called the same at bat. Now it's called out on the strike. Inconsistencies, but hurting baseball. Wow.
Olson makes this a one-run game halfway through in game one. This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first.
Miguel Sano having surgery for a torn meniscus. No timetable for his return. Rocco Baldelli said, I'll be surprised if he returns this year.
Latte, please.
You just used your MasterCard. That's magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap in-store for dining, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. Together, we can start something priceless.
If you're gonna chill with Woodbridge, then chill. Because why not is a perfectly acceptable reason. And if it holds wine, it's a wine glass. Woodbridge, wine your way.
Saying DJ LeMay is not a top forward hitter on the Yankees is insane. Somebody actually just said that.
Smell irresistible. The Axe Effect.
Quote an NFL expert, Dan Orlovsky, he said he's not sure any NFL team is closer to the Super Bowl than they were before the draft. Kind of weird thing to say, but I don't see anyone that actually got closer through the draft.
The experiences we never forget.
Edmundo Sosa to the injured list for the Cardinals, so Cubs fans hate Sosa. Edmundo Sosa. They hate a Sosa being on the Cardinals. I think it's like the nephew of Sammy Sosa or cousin, something like that, because they are related.
Series, Carlos Carrasco goes in game 2 of the doubleheader today against Kyle Wright.
Carlos Carrasco going tonight. It'll be against Kyle Wright. And then Wednesday in game 4 of the series, it is Taylor McGill against Ian Anderson.
Against Ian Anderson. This is now a one-run Met lead as we go to the bottom of the 5th. Charlie Morton has persevered. He threw 56 pitches in the first 2 innings.
Let's see if Morton can have that quick shutdown inning.
Last 2 innings. Pete Alonso's got 2 RBI hits already. He takes a fastball inside for ball 1.
That's what we were talking about. You got to take advantage of him while he was on the ropes. The Mets did. They've done a good job of taking advantage of getting the lead, but when he settles down, he's tough.
See David Peterson still brooding about what transpired in the last half inning. Mishandling the ball on a potential inning-ending double play, and the very next pitch giving up a 3-run homer to change this game around. Peterson probably done after 5 innings and 90 pitches.
On the match, Peterson's done for the day. After strike.
Strike, and it's 1-2. Pete had a base hit to right to drive in a run, a base hit to left to drive in a run. Now is 20 runs batted in for the year.
They're doing it without home runs. He's really been productive when men are out there on the pads.
Escobar and McNeil to follow for the Mets in the 5th. And Alonso flicks one out to right. DeMerit has
That'll be an out.
And that's the first out of the inning. So Pete's retired for the first time today. And now Escobar, who had a run-scoring single in the first, and scored 2 in the first, 2 in the second against Morton, but he has settled in since, gave up an unearned run in the 4th. But
but now his team has gotten him back in the game. Talked about it right from the beginning with Morton struggling through a 34-pitch first inning as Escobar pops one up on the left
And
side.
2 out to 2 pitches.
And Swanson retreats. In comes Heredia and Swanson, and it's finally Swanson to make the catch. That was almost a comedy of errors there, with Heredia screaming and yelling and calling on his way in, but he wasn't going to get to that ball.
He was going to have a hard time getting to it. He had a long way to go. Plus the wind's bringing it back towards the infield. Swanson drifted back, got under it, and he was there without a whole lot of difficulty. You see Heredia flying in, thinking he's going to have to make the break.
There won't be an issue next year after the shift is banned. That was caused by the shift. Can't believe that game mocking crap to be out of baseball.
But that's exactly what happened. Heredia's calling, but Swanson says, no, it's me.
You have to watch those eyes, man. They're both looking at that baseball.
McNeil with 2 out. And Jeff bounces 1 foul. Anyway, you've got a day when you've got 18 innings of baseball to cover. And Charlie Ward's a veteran pitcher. And
How do Crapper keep falling behind? Makes no sense.
See, he's definitely settled down a bit too. Just his rhythm looks a little bit better. He's not shaking his head. He's not falling off the mound like he was in the first couple of innings. He's a lot calmer out there with his delivery.
0-2 to McNeil, and he uses the back foot curve
Getting
to
over.
strike him out. Third strikeout of the
Maybe
day.
turn it back to the
McNeil.
offensive side of things in the 6th.
3 innings after 56
Duvall,
of the
Swanson,
first 2
and
for Morton. Quite a
the
turnaround
Merritt are due up.
after 5-4 New York. This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe, no.
Latte, please.
You just used your MasterCard. That's magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap in-store for dining, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. Together, we can start something priceless.
If you're gonna chill with Woodbridge, then chill. Because why not is a perfectly acceptable reason. And if it holds wine, it's a wine glass. Woodbridge, wine your way.
I was able to take 20 weeks off, fully paid. Amazon has a fantastic parental leave.
There's some companies that only give you a few days or a few weeks. Mothers should have more time off to bond with their kid and heal.
Spending that extra time with them just meant so much to me. He was only going to be really little once.
Amazon proudly offers up to 20 weeks of fully paid leave for hourly employees.
When you step into a new day, willing to take on whatever's asked of you, that new day is yours to own and yours to be proud of.
If you're always asking, where next? Capital One has a new class of travel card for you. Venture X. Earn 10x miles on hotels and 5x miles on flights booked through Capital One Travel. Venture X.
Can the Braves get a run this inning? We'll see. Start the man getting on if you ask me.
So yeah, making the.
Adam Ottavino on to pitch for the Mets as we go to the 6th. Ottavino worked the 9th inning last night and struck out the side. Right back for more work today. 3rd time out in the last 4 days. We get 6, 7, and 8 in the Atlanta batting order. Duvall, Swanson, and Demerit in the 6th. David Peterson out after 5 innings through 90 pitches, allowed 4 hits, 4 runs, 3 earned, 3 walks, 6 strikeouts, and the Olson home run. Charlie Morton persevering through 5, and he might still be going. Here's Duvall, who has walked and flied out. He takes a slider for a strike from Ottavino. First time this year that Ottavino has worked on back-to-back days. Mets have to make a move with their bullpen before the game today. Magnus a flailing cut and a slider 2 feet out of the strike zone. Wow. Sanchez Hall's been having trouble with.
That was a weird swing.
That's big trouble.
That's what a guy like Ottavino will do.
That was a weird swing right there. It's near within 3 feet of the ball.
He was swinging at the first thing he saw right there.
It's not often you'll see a hitter swing at a pitch that far outside. And he tries to dot the outside corner with the fastball and misses.
The Mets might be using foreign substitutes with that movement. He threw a fastball going straight down nowhere. It went down like that. You can't get that without foreign substitutes.
Came back showing triceps inflammation. He had come out of a game with a triceps issue earlier this season. And another slider. This one.
And that had to be an on-purpose swing. There's no way Duvall's flinching it at that time. Not after he saw it once.
It gets a lot of east-west break, that fastball. Four-seam got a little bit of ride to it, and he gets under it a little bit to get that ride. But the slider, this is the one you saw the ball waving at.
You see that ball move so fast, there's no reason to flinch at it.
It's a side-to-side slider, a lot of east-west movement, and it's really tough when he's commanding it.
There have been other guys who have thrown that pitch. Jeff Nelson certainly comes to mind.
I shudder when you say his name still, Gary.
But it seems
So Andy Swanson up now?
the last couple of years, and I think the Yankees are a great example of that this year. They are
Foul back and out of play.
to throw that frisbee slider.
Yeah, I think it goes to combating the
The reason they call that a frisbee slider is when you're holding it like that, as you're coming through, you're pulling on that seam and getting the frisbee movement. It's hard to do without putting a lot of pressure on that elbow. You can even hurt your elbow doing it.
that are intentionally thrown there. They look like mistakes, but they're intentionally thrown there to get away from the bat plane.
Swanson lays off the slider.
And that slider had like 10% the movement the other ones.
With the fastball, the four-seamer with his wrist a little bit cocked to stay on top of it, and then that slider underneath it, it just slips out and frisbees, kind of like a helicopter, but it's intentional so that it goes east to west.
Do you think that pitch is harder to learn to command than the conventional slider? As he strikes out Swanson with a fastball.
And a swing from Swanson if he's not even interested in trying. That was weird.
Yeah, he has looked really sharp with that fastball right there. Gets that outside.
After the Mets using foreign substances, the movement I'm seeing and such.
And he goes across his body. For a right-handed hitter, it's really tough. It shows you that glove. You see Swanson
Late swing as if he's not even trying.
trying to open up right there, thinking it's going to come in on
Wow.
him, and then he just dots the outside corner. Really tough when a guy throwing across his body like that can command that outside part of the plate.
Travis Demerit takes the slider. So do you think it's harder to command a ball that you have to get under like that?
I think it's easier to make a mistake with it, especially back when they were teaching this before, that a lot of these had to be over the middle of the plate, and sometimes because of the big break.
Another one with not much movement.
I can tell you, though, as you mentioned Jeff Nelson, he was one of the toughest guys to face as a right-hander because his ball would run into you, 94, 95. He wasn't afraid to plant one in your ribs, and he would start one at your hip, and it ended up on the outside part of the plate. Tough to hang in there.
2-1 count on Demerit.
Who had a sacrifice fly to drive and run on the second, and then got the 3-run fifth inning started with a single to right.
On deck is Heredia. And I'd be surprised if they don't be careful with Demerit and go after Heredia, who's just struggling.
Been there, done that.
Jeff Nelson or Michael Jackson. Mike Jackson from the Giants. Man, he had that one too.
Why is he flinching at that? He's seen it 2 straight times. He knows it's not going to be in the zone. That's been on-purpose swing so he's sure he's not in a 3-1 count.
It never felt comfortable, I can tell you that.
2-2 from Ottavino to Demerit. And that just missed up.
And the count is full. He should be on base if he didn't flail at that pitch.
Guillermo Heredia would be next. Braves
runs, 4 hits.
Something to keep an eye on is Ottavino's ERA skyrockets with men on base. So does the batting average against. They both just jump.
Here it comes. And it's lined toward the middle. One hopper grabbed by McNeil. And he throws out.
That's fishy.
Side retired. Braves finally hit a fair ball against
That's
Ottavino,
fishy.
But he gets the ground out to get the Mets through the top of the 6th with a 1-run lead.
Maybe it's over.
Bad news for Celtics fans. Marcus Smart's out of game 2 with a thigh contusion. Thigh contusion can take forever for that pain to go down because it's a severe bruise, basically, the muscle.
This is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history tonight. Ground ball. Kim will go to first. It's their first no-hitter in franchise history. Java Joe, no.
Latte, please.
You just used your MasterCard. That's magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap in-store for dining, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. Together, we can start something priceless.
Not by donating money to lost causes like that.
By simply rounding up
This
your purchases.
search for a cure and all this money donated to cancer, one of the biggest frauds ever. They've wasted over $30 trillion, that's a T, $30 trillion since 1990 finding a cure for cancer. You think they're going to try to find when they're getting that much money?
Getting treats? That's investing.
Update on Clint Frazier. He's back in the clubhouse today, a week plus removed from an appendectomy. Joke that he told Ross he's available to hit. In reality, he's still healing from surgery, still likely a few weeks away. I would say a week away. He's back in the clubhouse joking, probably a week away.
This is how you...
Home 6th inning. Charlie Morton's still out there. What were the odds after the first 2 innings that Morton was going to outlast David Peterson in this game?
It's a little weird.
Morton had a rough first couple of innings, but the last 3 he has done with a minimal of effort. Now he gets the bottom third of the order in the home 6th.
And that's in the zone.
For a strike, and it's amazing how Morton has found his curveball as this afternoon's gone along.
Yeah, he was definitely feeling for it earlier, casting it out, missing it up in the way. Now it's got that nice late bite.
That's fouled away by Marte. He's not playing very well. It's not like Marte had just 232. He's usually somewhere around 300.
Used his curveball more than any pitcher in the game. Had more strikeouts with that curveball, and certainly did crest offense overall with it. He's now thrown 9 straight strikes. And reached for it.
And
nice play by Riley. The spinner
Riley gets him.
What a play by Riley.
If they review that, they may overturn it. Looked like Olson's foot was off the bag on that angle.
Third base. Terrific play there to get Marte for the first down.
He really has improved. I mean, he's got a strong arm. That's always been the case, but he's getting good jumps on the ball and he's very athletic over there.
Drew Smith, next man up at the Mets bullpen. Well, the way Austin Riley has progressed as a player, he is going to be right in those MVP discussions.
Here's Luis Guillermo. Again, I do not know why your Gold Glove shortstop is DH in this game. You have a guy that's a pretty bad shortstop playing shortstop. And that's defensively, by the way. He's running offensively. He's batting 250. So, let's see, what is this?
If he had stayed healthy, maybe Acuna. And that's the thing about this Braves team is that with Acuna on the team, you have an MVP candidate every year. Of course, they had Freddie Freeman last year get MVP votes as well after winning it the year before. Going on to Guillorme. Guillorme's walk
walked and lined into a double play, so his at-bats continue to be outstanding.
Okay. Nothing of note there.
He takes a curveball for a strike, and it's 2-2.
So 2-2 count here. One down in the bottom of the sixth. Mets want to sweep this no-hitter. Try to get back to the best record in baseball. The Yankees hold that, and they would love to see the Mets get swept and just solidify the Yankees out in front of everybody's best record in baseball.
14 straight division titles.
I don't really care, but yeah.
2005. One World Series in that span. They won the East last year and won it all. Curveball at the feet of New York, and it's 3-2.
The count goes full against a hitter that usually flails at everything, so that's a little weird.
I mean, they might not have won it in 94. The Expos had a 6-game lead when the strike ended the season, but nonetheless, 14 straight.
The strike ended the season, there were no division winners, unless the Braves' streak of division titles is null and void. They do not hold the record. The Yankees do 10 straight.
In with the studio for a game break, Gary Apple's got it. Brought to you by your local Honda dealers. Gary.
No other games going yet. It's going to be a while. They've already postponed the Padres and Guardians game, Cleveland Guardians. I do not know why. I know there's going to be some pretty bad area up in Iowa, Ohio area, all through there. They also postponed the Pittsburgh and Detroit games, so it must be the tornadic supercells rolling through there.
I know that my wife gave him that video, and I'm not really sure that I would have permitted that.
So Thomas Nido batting 206, a chance to get on base here. No home runs this year. They're not the only team to have no home runs in the catching position. The Yankees have none either. Trevino and Higashioka, they're not doing anything with the bats. Actually, Trevino hit a home run. I'm going to check it. Someone's telling me Luis Trevino did get one out. Something tells me. And how mad. That's a different Luis Trevino. No, I want Jose Trevino. Whoopsie. How mad is Jose Trevino at the Rangers? He's from Christie, Texas, just outside Arlington. He got traded away from hometown team. How funny is that? No, he does not have a home run, so Yankees don't have a home run from the catching position either. So 2 down here. Morton trying to finish off the 6th. By the way, only 2 earned runs on Morton today. Because the errors, it lowers it. Let's go check here. It would be hilarious if the Mets blew this lead. It would be freaking hilarious. That's a strike. It was always in the zone. I think we'd all be laughing if the Mets figure out a way to blow this lead. Jesse Chavez, the former Cub, warming up in the pen.
Jesse Chavez up in the bullpen for Brian Snitker, who's got to be thrilled that Morton has gotten him to this point.
And now it is a 2-1 count. Left hand is always balls. Right hand's always strikes.
So he had his high pitch count for the year at 96.
Nasty storm with the wall cloud, everything rolling into Ohio, so that might be one of the reasons.
Curveball outside to Jankowski, 3-1. Marcano would be next.
And if he gets out of this,
After at the plate, Yankees number 19 prospect Antonio Gomez have been sent to extended spring training. Gomez hitting 179 with the 513 OPS for low A Tampa. Tampa is not low A. Tampa has always been high A.
such a struggle early on, he really got it dialed in.
3-1 coming, and Jankowski fouls off the fastball. It's 3-2.
So, Antonio Gomez, they're going to go back, try to work on things and fix his swing. So keep an eye on that. One of the Yankees prospects.
First 25 games this year that haven't paid off. and he's putting them in good spots. Yorme gets set to run. Olson's playing behind him. And Jankowski taps one slowly. They'll never throw him out. Another infield hit for Jankowski.
They didn't even try to throw it. Now he's got to the next hitter and the inning.
Good things happen. Jankowski's second infield hit of the day.
Backdoor curveball, he just pounds into the ground. Charlie Morton does a very heads-up thing, but he fielded that ball too.
Trying to confirm this. If this is true, Yankees getting sued. It won't be me suing him. It'll be somebody else. I'll give them the information, and then somebody else will be suing the crap out of this guy.
Thinking that Yorme might keep running if Austin Riley comes in on that ball.
So Morton is done after 5 2/3. Jesse Chavez will come out of the Atlanta bullpen. Called to the bullpen.
Okay, one Chris transfer development list. Tampa to Hudson Valley. Catcher Ben Rice transfer Florida Complex to Tampa League. So
this is one heck of a script. Looking for a little bit of history.
the movement there.
Ground ball. Kim will go to first. Hits that first
I believe this is a pitching change. Or
Latte, please.
You just use your MasterCard. That's magnificent. It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to tap or order online for dining and groceries, MasterCard will
Today's
donate
temperatures here still in the mid 40s, and a time of year it should be in the 70s.
Wonder what happens if I do this.
In May, even around here in Falls, it should be in right about 70, 71. Then towards the end of May, get up to high 70s, and then low 80s in June, up to the high 80s, maybe low 90s by July. And then July, August, steaming hot, and then it starts to cool down.
Fast. So we use random forest to detect the riskiest cases.
New York bagels, but whatever you're eating, no, I've had New York bagels. My brother brought some back when he came back with mission from New York, and they were not that good.
At Capital One.
I was able to take 20 weeks off, fully paid.
There's some companies that only give you a few days or a few weeks. Mothers should have more time off to bond with their kid and heal.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today. I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used
For Travis Janikowski, his two singles today have 83.5 mile per hour and 62 mile per hour speeds off the bat. It's a little bit weird. Now, why would you get a speed slower than the pitch? That's if you don't hit it quite right and the bat absorbs it.
Money lines, run lines, totals. Boost your payoffs with Parlay Boost and cash in on every punch out and Big Fly. Sign up today. Your first bet is risk-free up to $1,000 with bonus code Big Fly.
Hiring is hard.
Some guy predicts Yankees went 3-1 tonight.
Like someone who can reach your customers.
Let's see what some others are. 6-3 Jays, don't buy it. Don't buy it. I don't see that happening. 7-4 Yankees, 6-4 Yankees, yeah. 4-2 Yankees, 8-3 Toronto, not happening. So some very interesting predictions there. I don't think Toronto scores more than 4 runs in a game this series. My question is, do the Yankees continue to score runs? Like the Jays do get to 4 runs scored, can the Yankees get to 5? That's my question.
Chavez before, and he has 3 hits and 6 at-bats against him. Chavez made 3 appearances for the Cubs. Then the Braves finally gave up on Sean Newcomb, a guy who they tried to write for a long time.
Yeah, Newcomb pitched very well for the Cubs, but this is Jesse Chavez trying to end this 6th inning. 0-1 count currently on Mark Canha. It's Canha. You kind of complaining, it kind of helps out. Swing and a miss by Canha. Okay, Chavez quickly strike him out.
Charlie Morton threw 99 pitches over 5 2/3, 6 hits, 5 runs so far.
Just be, falling behind on a live video should be impossible because you're not buffering anything, you're just playing what's already there. Because you're not saving anything or downloading anything, you're just playing a video being sent to it. Same thing of a TV playing a movie. A 1-2 pitch. Inside. That looked a little inside. I will give you a part of that. That did look a little bit inside. My shoulders keep getting turned on. There we go. The door on deck, by the way. He's not playing very well. Second straight below average season for Lindor. Until he doesn't want to be a Met. So 2-2 pitch from Chavez and a little bit of advantage for the hitter on this. And he blew him away. So the Braves have a chance in the 7th when we come back to try to tie this ball game. And the Braves will have at the plate. The attack fly. It's going to be Heredia, Alvarez, and Olson, I believe. So we'll be back. I'm going to take a potty break.
My name is Jason Lowood, and I'm a plumber/drain cleaner here at Advanced Home Services. If you're looking for stable employment and good benefits, this is the company to come to. Don't take my word for it. Check it out for yourself.
Andy, Justin tested positive. Let's do a Q test. Okay.
Whoa. What is that?
Who is this new device?
I'm Q, and I'm here to protect the family.
Hey, that's my job.
I'm a smart home testing lab. I'm fast and super accurate.
Please be negative.
Don't worry, I got this.
What?
Shh, they're coming.
Yes.
We're really warming up to you, Q.
Just wait till you see what else I can do.
If Damian Lillard accepted his spot at the end of the bench, he never would have been at the rec center before it opened. If he listened to those who overlooked him, he never would have heard his name called as a first-round pick. And if he let 6 all-star selections go to his head, he never would have had the heart to give back to the streets that shaped him. That's the fighting spirit. That's what makes a lion. Modelo, root for those with a fighting spirit.
You can't put a price on good sleep, but at Mattress Firm's Unjoke Your Sleep sale, you can get up to 60% off top-selling brands, like Sealy Queen mattresses starting at $279.99. Plus, get a free adjustable base with qualifying Sealy purchase up to a $499 value. Or shop Tempur-Pedic, the most highly recommended bed in America, in stock for immediate delivery, and get a $300 instant gift. And get 0% interest for 60 months with your Mattress Firm credit card. Only at Mattress Firm.
Sarah, you said you were buying a car today.
Dad.
I stayed up and crunched all the numbers.
I already used Capital One Auto Navigator. I found my car online and got pre-qualified instantly. Easy.
Well, since we're both up, who wants friend?
For the best coverage in the game, let's check out the T-Mobile coverage cam, and it's our favorite cannoli-eating young ladies sitting together and watching the game today. Still scoring. Still got her scorebook up to date. She just wrote down that Drew Smith came into the game to pitch for the Mets as we start the 7th. Doing it in pen, too. Very confident.
They look serious, too. They don't like the fact that the game's tightened up a little bit. Only one-run game now.
No,
they were having cannolis.
They're not chopping on cannolis now. Now it's crunch time. Guillermo Heredia leads off against Drew Smith, who has just been marvelous so far this season. Drew's last outing against the Phillies last Friday worked an inning of the 3rd and struck out 4 as part of the combined no-hitter. And he misses with a slider 2-0. Radio then Ozzie Alvarez and Matt Olson for the Braves in the 7th. And Radio takes a fastball for a strike, and it's 2-1.
Drew Smith, unlike Ottavino, who we were talking about, his arm angle changes on the slider. Drew Smith has specifically stayed on top of the slider, trying to get more downward depth, taking some velocity off of it.
That's blown right by him, 2-2 count. People wonder why I eat so much apples. It is a natural bowel decongestion.
Fastball that's got the ride, that's a four-seamer, and his arm angle makes it ride a little bit on hitters and sneak by it.
2-2 coming. And on the outside corner, got him looking at the slider. And the radio struck out for the 3rd time today. Drew Smith starts his outing with a strikeout, 1 down to 7.
Well, as Diaz still not making a lot of friends out there. That ball was off the plate. started it on the corner and fooled him. Either way, Drew Smith will take it.
Just checking stuff.
One other thing we're seeing with Drew Smith is an uptick in his fastball velocity this year. It's close to where it was in 2018 pre-Tommy John surgery. The last couple of seasons coming back, it's been down a few miles per hour. And the funny thing is Smith talked to a lot of pitchers after he hit Tommy John, and they all told him that for some reason it takes 3 full years until that velocity comes back, and they don't really know why, no rhyme, no reason. And Drew Smith said that for him, he picked up a ball to throw his first bullpen this offseason. It was almost 3 years exactly since his Tommy John, and all of a sudden that velocity was back. He said he doesn't feel much different.
Yeah, 1-1 count now in Albies. Can he get the rally going? Already his batting average down to 111. 3 strikeouts there. I don't know how the Braves keep him around. Look at the Braves bench. Acuna, Arcia, and Wilson Contreras. That is flicked to right, but going to be caught. I don't know why you don't have Acuna in a game like this. Like pinch hitting, if nothing else.
Because he's able to throw his changeup more effectively than he used to.
Changeup's been good, and he's taken some velocity off of that cutter to make it a slider. And so guys have to be prepared for that differential. That differential was from 96 to 86. It's a big difference. Then he was going from 92 to 89. The difference between his fastball and his cutter.
So here's Matt Olson, whose 3-run homer against David Peterson made the 5-1 game into a 5-4 game. Olson's 3rd home run of the year.
You know, guys, the really interesting thing about that changeup that you're talking about is Smith said that analytically it's far worse than it was last year. He's not getting enough ride. He's not getting much depth to it. But because of the speed differential, it's still playing up for him. He's confident throwing it.
2-0 to Olson. Olson hit the home run off Peterson. Last year, Matt Olson hit 39 home runs, 22 of them against left-handed pitchers, which is remarkable.
It's not the record. The record was set by Mickey Mantle, 24. That is impressive. That is Mickey Mantle's 52 home run year. 54 home run year, I should say. Yeah, 24 from the right side, 30 from the left. I'm behind on it. How does it keep happening when all I'm doing is playing a feed? Just like a TV playing a movie. So 3-1 here to Olson. And Olson needs to find a way to get on base, give Riley a chance to bop one and put the Braves on top.
Working in a 1-run game in the 7th. And Olson fouls off the fastball, so that fastball play.
By the way, there are some within the game pushing to change the rules. Only the pitching coach can make a pitching change. Wilson runs to start 2019, and that is highly fishy. Pete Alonso's 110. Eugenio Suarez, Matt Olson up there. Those are fishy numbers right there. And there is the walk. It's the 4th walk drawn by the Braves. 2nd by Olson.
Bracketing his home run. And now the tying run on base for Austin Riley. Another dangerous hitter for Drew Smith to try and get out. This is a really good Atlanta lineup that has underperformed so far this year. But these two guys, Olson and Riley, these are the two that really scare you in these 2 and 3 holes. Both capable of going deep at any time. Riley's 1 for 2 and a walk today, homered last night. First pitch slider stays high for ball 1.
You definitely don't want to get down to no either. Tonight, David Peterson's out of the game. David Peterson 0 for 8 against David, but he kills just about everybody else in the Mets uniform.
Riley's 0 for 2 against Drew Smith. He fouls back the high fastball. He had a good cut at that.
He wants that one back. He took a good hack at that. Was right on it. Fouled it straight back. But that does speak to Drew Smith's little bit of life to his fastball. That 4-seamer.
See, the Rays have placed Phoenix Sanders, low back batters, 150 the IL, and reinstated left-hand pitcher Ryan Yarbrough on the IL. Very fishy if they needed me to say Yarbrough, at least have to pitch him on the IL. That seems like a faked injury. Marcelo's in on deck. A 2-1 count here to Austin Riley, who has homered off Drew Smith before. That was last year, by the way. Good cut there, foul back and out of play. I know somebody's going to be wondering how long has Drew Smith been in the show. The show's MLB, of course. Last year, he's 4-3, 2.81 ERA. He's been around for a little while. This is 4th year. According to that, Riley homered off 2 years ago as well. So, by the way, those pitch comps, fans are proving they can be hacked. They've gotten receivers and just got them to auto-tune in on them when they knew what pitches were coming. Players are doing that as well. And there's that drive into right center. And somehow it stays in the yard. Somehow it stays in the yard. The length of it, how long it went, but it barely stayed in Yankee Stadium that direction as well. Barely into the warning track. Fishy that didn't carry further. Very fishy.
Benefits that support themselves and their families. Employees earn health care on day 1. And up to 20 weeks of fully paid leave for new parents. But these benefits are just the start.
Amazon was definitely a step up. I went from $10.
Looking at a storm that's going through Ohio here. Shows 2 definitive hook echoes. They're not that big when you see EF4, EF5, but they are definitive. Heading through Findlay, Macomb, and Arlington, Ohio. If it keeps on that path, they're right into Cincinnati. So I'm going to retweet that. Yeah. Connor Williams is an option to play center for the Dolphins, that all-pro O-lineman. That's a tornado warning. Tornadoes have been spotted, but yeah. So the Twins lose a big bat there, by the way. Drew Smith is now allowed to run at 10 innings. Whoopee. Clay Holmes is at 13 for the Yankees. Are above 10 as well.
The most highly recommended bet in America. In stock for immediate delivery and get a $300 instant gift. And get 0% interest for 60.
Okay, the metrics have come in here. And 2 of them said it should have got out. The other said it should have been right on the wall. So all 3 saying that fell suspiciously short. As you look how fast that went off the bat, man, was that fishy as that came down. Just losing speed.
Lindor drove in a run with the fielder's choice in the second. 0 for 2 today. And he pops one foul back and out of play. It's 1-1. Cisco looking for his first hit in this series. He's gone 0 for 6. Serving as the DH in this game. Second time he's DH this year. Alonso to follow, and then Escobar. Change up outside. It's 2-1. Charlie Morton threw 99 pitches over 5 2/3. Gave up 5 runs, 4 earned on 6 hits. The door smacks one toward the hole. With a diving stop, gets to his feet and throws him out.
Ooh. Lindor was pointing back if he wanted a challenge. I'm not sure Olson had that in his glove because the other hand went down to hide the ball. I'd like to replay on that to see if that was in there.
I think Lindor thought that one was a base hit. That ball's behind Alvarez. Comes out, throws a strike. Lindor not.
No, he's out. He's clearly out. That replay showed it.
Second, this time makes a nice play. Here's Alonso, who's driven in 2 of the 5 net runs for the first inning single and a second inning single. Flied out his last time up in the 5th.
right on the black.
Cut there by Alonso. Right, so I'm not a weatherman. I don't know anything about the way weather patterns work. But I do know there's been a rain out today in Cleveland and a rain out today in Pittsburgh. Is that ominous?
Let's hope we get done before it.
I wasn't worried so much about today as tomorrow.
I know. Tomorrow did not look good on the radar. I am by no means a meteorologist.
Hopefully it'll go north or south or whatever's necessary.
See, they heard you. They said, rain coming? Gary said rain's coming. I'm out of here.
Not here. Never rains here. Strike to recall, Alonso got caught looking. So Chavez has faced 3 batters, retired ball.
Aaron's on the phone for you.
That's on the radio. It's WCBS News Radio 880.
Why?
Wants to talk to you.
Why? Oh, it might.
Ask him.
It might be what I invited Anna to.
What?
It might be what I invited Anna to.
What you invited Anna to?
Invited her to my state conference. She wants to meet an apostle in that.
So just talk to him. Anyway.
Just a second. Yellow? Nothing. Hello. I'm doing okay. Oh, that. Yeah, I've got a picture, but I can send it. Where is the picture? Doing good at, come on, work right. There we go. We haven't had a flood in months since the snow melted away, which does point towards the drain issue. Yeah. Okay, you should have that in your Facebook inbox. Well, messenger inbox, but okay, we can do an email here. Okay, there we go. Now what should I title this? Oh, yeah. Okay, that should be in your email within the next few minutes. Yep, anyway. Okay, if you're in Findlay, Ohio, Macomb, Ohio, or Arcadia, Ohio, you're under tornado warning, meaning tornadoes have been spotted in your area. I'll go ahead and give you that warning. Looks like the inning ended and the Mets did not get anything. Can the Braves get anything here in the 8th inning?
You just used your MasterCard. That's magnificent. It makes everything magnificent.
Sterling K. Brown?
When you use your MasterCard to
Let me
tap
know when
order
you can
online,
talk.
dining, and groceries, MasterCard will donate 1 cent up to $5 million to stand up to cancer. What will happen if we do this? Together, we can start something priceless.
This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works. This stuff kills weeds down to the root without killing your lawn. This stuff works on dandelions, crabgrass, clover. This stuff works for up to 3 months. This stuff works guaranteed or your money back. This is Roundup for Lawns. This stuff works.
Hiring is hard, but LinkedIn can help you find who you need, like someone who can reach your customers, manage budgets, and herd tasks, figuratively or literally. Well, we have tons of people like that, so you can hire the right one.
Go deep with BetMGM. Live betting from the first pitch to the final out.
Checking on a few things here.
Boost your payoffs with parlay boost and cash in on every punch out and big fly. Sign up today. Your first bet is risk-free up to $1,000 with bonus code BIGFLY.
Still things I think I can get better at. Still pitches I can locate better. I never feel like this is over. There's always a better version of myself out there. I just got to grind and go get it.
Get an exclusive look at Max Scherzer both on and off the field on the latest Met Trail Access presented by Geico. Check out the full episode on SNY.TV. Bruce Smith, after a hitless 7th, stays on to start the 8th. But as the 8th begins, Edwin Diaz is already up in the Mets bullpen. So Ozuna leading off for the Braves.
not near as difficult they make it out to be.
With the corner right there, and somehow Marte was able to negotiate it and make the play look easy.
It's not legal for Marte to be in this game. He was the DH. Excuse me, no, he was right fielder. That's right. Excuse me.
Charging in on one, and as you said, he just peeked down, saw the corner, knew where he was, reached out, and just looked easy on the run. He was like, "No, come on, why do you have to do that?"
Oh, one out. Now Travis Garneau, who's gone 0 for 3 today with 2 strikeouts. And he takes the pitch high for ball 1.
So you see him peek right there. He knows where he is. He sees the corner, but just like he's got radar because he just runs and just misses that corner and keeps his eye on the baseball.
Just sidestepped it ever so slightly. Such a great athlete. It's just amazing to watch him move out there.
Wow, that's an interesting 3 pitches. One at the top of the zone called the ball, one at the bottom of the zone called the ball, and one outside called the strike. So
He's just calling out the rigging right there.
Worked the strike zone all day for Las Diaz.
Announcers are starting to call out these fishy strike zones. See if you got a question. Nope. If the Braves do not score here, I think I am done. I need to get on to some other things today. And have a little bit of time to decide on covering the Yankees game or not. Which I'm kind of leaning against it. We'll see. 3-1 pitch to D'Arnaud. And nowhere near the zone. That's 5 straight balls. And 2 were called strikes.
that was a gutsy 3-1 pitch right there. You don't want to put him on for Duvall, who can.
It's not gutsy. It's knowing that the cheating umpire is going to call that. There's a foul ball.
So Acuna sitting on the bench. Certainly you would expect him to be available as a pinch hitter in game 1 and then play in game 2. Bat in his hand, at least not for the moment. Towards the bottom of the batting order. Diaz waiting to see if Drew Smith can get through the 8th. But it looks like Buck would be willing to go to Diaz in this inning.
And that's a slow hopper. A terrible swing. Terrible swing. He was just trying to hit the top of the ball and purposely the ground ball. Yikes.
Gary Apple and Jerry Blevins, guys. You didn't mention anything about the gourmet meal.
10 miles. Well, you know, I usually only get 4 or 5. And Gary can really run, you know.
2 out here.
You're getting a lot of weird emails here.
It was 0 for 2 and a walk, and he fouls one off the right side out of play. Well, Drew Smith just keeps on rolling. He's got 5 outs in this game. Still has
What
not
was
allowed
that?
a run this season. One of only 3 major league pitchers to throw more than 10 innings without allowing a run. Trying to keep that intact and trying to keep Diaz.
So 0-1 here. Duvall can certainly hit a home run. Had 30-something of them last year. That's wild. Man, was that one wild. If we're going to be exact here on Duvall, let's just pop that up. Hit stats. Has 152 career home runs. And in 2020, hit 38 of them. How fishy is that? 330 home runs. He's outside of that, nothing. So Duvall's a little bit fishy.
Fielders on the left side against Duvall. And a late swing foul.
Odd to be late on that one. 87 there. There's never reason to be late on that. Very fishy.
Take that for granted because he's always got the ability to drive one out of the ballpark, but it looks like he's had a 2-piece swing right now. He's striding and then swinging after the fact. Not just on that slider, but on some fastballs.
That's a pretty good catch there. A 2-piece swing like that is going to be bad. And the Braves now score, so I'm going to call it for this one.
This
This is one heck of a script.
Hope you had fun, and
A little bit of history tonight.
we'll see if I'm back later for the Yankees game. We'll see. Have a good day, everybody.